Good day, fellow. Seto is back. Today we are going to do some rational equations. You see, let's say now rational equations. You see, equations. See, don't be confused by the term rational. Do you still remember that a rational number is a number that can be written in a form of a over b? You see. But now we are going to do the rational equations, which are in a form of what? Of a fraction. Like for an example, if now I decide to give you, let's say something like this, x plus 2, say we are x minus 1, is equals to 4. You see, let's say now I decide to give you something like this. Firstly, don't forget this. When you come across a rational equation, the first thing that you must do is to figure out the restriction. You see, the restriction. You see, then how? By saying now x minus 1 should not be equals to 0. Somehow this is our restriction now. You see, this is our restriction to say now x should not be 1. Why? Because if we substitute 1, we are going to get 0. If we substitute 1 where we see x, we are going to get 0. Eventually, this thing is going to be undefined. You see, that's the first thing, to figure out the restriction. Immediately after figuring out the restriction, we can then do what? Try to determine the LCD. From this given, this one we have over 1 over 1. You see, it is much simpler. Our LCD on this one is going to be this x minus 1 expression. You see, LCD, this one is much simpler. It's going to be x minus 1. Then immediately after doing this, you can then multiply it throughout by your LCD. You see, let me put this LCD inside the bracket. Let me multiply each and every term on this one by this given LCD. Then we are going to say x, this x multiplied by LCD minus 1 plus, this 2, let me write 2, multiply by, let me just write it like this. Let me write it like this. X minus 1 multiply by 2. We have x minus 1. Then same applies to this side. We have 4. Let us multiply by x minus 1. You see? From this one, it is clear that this one is going to cancel with this one. Then, if you multiply this binomial by x, you are going to get x squared minus x plus this 2 equals to 4 multiplied by x, we get 4x minus 4. Then it looks simpler now. Then let us take everything to the left hand side. We have x squared minus x minus 4x equals to, plus 2 plus this 4 equals to 0. Then we're going to get x squared minus 5, x 5, 4 plus 2, we get plus 6 equals to 0. Then now it's much simpler. You can then do what? You can then factorize. When we factorize this, you are going to get minus 3, the factors of 6, 3 and 2, x minus 2 equals to 0. By using the 0 factor theorem, our x on this one, we're going to get 3, or x equals to 2. You see, we get these two values. Let us try to substitute 3 on this equation to see if we get 4. Then we have 3 plus 2 over 3 minus 1. We get 4. It's correct. Let us try to substitute 2. 2 minus 2. Do we get 4? Yes, we still get 4. So simple, isn't it? Now, let us try this problem now. This one, it is much simpler. Let us try this problem. Okay, it won't take long. Okay, done. Let us try this one. Let's say if I decide to give you 2x minus 5, then we divide by x, 3. We have somewhere there minus 1 over 4 minus x. We have equals to 7 x squared minus x minus 12. See? Then this is what we get. You see? This is what you get. Firstly, when you come across this, let us try to factorize this one first before I can go even further. I'm going to get 2x minus 5 x plus 3 minus 1 over 4 x equals to 7. This is a trinomial. Going to have x, what are the factors of 12? Clearly we are going to have different signs. We have 3 multiplied by 4. Yes, we are going to use this one, but we must put 4 this side. Why? Because the middle term is negative. You see, then the bigger number is going to take the sign which our middle term is, which is negative 4 then and 3. You see, immediately after doing this, you can then do what? Your restriction. Let us do our restriction. Firstly, let us check our denominator. We have x plus 3. We also have x plus 3. This side we have x minus 4. This side we have 4 minus x. Let us check on this one. Do you see this one? Let us rearrange it in a form of 2x now minus 5. We have x plus 3 minus 1 over minus x plus 4 equals to 7 over x minus 4. See, if I can even do the restriction, let us try to rearrange this one. Then now check this technique now. Let us factor out the negative. You see, if we factor out the negative, this is what we are going to get now. Oops, I won't have enough space over there, but I'll try to erase. See, we have negative 1 over. If I take out the negative sign now, for me to get negative x, I must put positive x inside my bracket. For me to get the positive 4, I must put negative 4. You see, negative with negative, I get positive. Negative with positive, I get negative x. You see, then you can then write your rational now expression, x plus 3, like this. You see. So what about this slide? If you multiply negative with negative, what are you going to get? So simple. we are going to get plus, you see, like this. Then we have 1 x minus 4 is equals to 7 line x minus 4 x plus 3. You see, now we have x minus 4, we also have x minus 4, we have x plus 3, this side x plus 3. You see, so simple. We can then now do what? Figure out our our restriction firstly. Let us do our restriction. I'm going to erase because I don't have much space. You can see. You see? Then as for our restriction, we are going to say, let us start with x plus 3. X plus 3 should not be 0. Then our x should not be negative 3. Let us do 4 now. X minus 4 should not be 0. Finally, our x should not be 4. See, this is our restriction now. We have two restrictions. X should not be negative 3, same x should not be 4. Then let me take this one and write it somewhere here, because I don't have much space to erase to continue. See, what I'm going to do is I'll just erase this, see, like this, like this. Then now I have 2x minus 5. I have x plus 3 plus 1 over x minus 4 equals to 7 over x minus 4 with x plus 3. You see? Then from here I can just figure out what the value of LCD. You see? This one is the same as this one. Same as this one is the same as this one. I can just write it only once, like this. X minus 4 together with x plus 3. You see? Then now, what I'm going to do, since I don't have much space, I'll try to do it bit by bit, or little bit, for you to be able to visualize what I'm trying to explain. Then now, since I have my LCD, I'm going to multiply with my LCD throughout. See, I don't have much space. What I will do now is, since I don't have much space, I'll try to simplify aside, then write the final answer. You see, it's like on this one, the first term or the first rational expression I have now 2x minus 5. I also have x minus 3. Let me multiply with what now? Let me multiply this with my LCD, which is x minus 4 with x plus 3. You see what is going to happen now? This will cancel this. Then I'm going to remain with 2x minus 5 together with x minus 4. If I further simplify this, I'm going to say 2x multiplied by x, I get 2x squared. 2x multiplied by 4, I get 8. Yeah, I'm going to get negative 8x. Now let us take negative 5 with x. We are going to get negative 5x negative 5 together with negative 4. We get plus 20. Yes, plus 20. Then at this point, we can then say 2x squared minus, going to be minus 8 minus 5. I get minus 13x plus 20. You see? Let me take this thing and write it here. Going to have now, let me try to go on a further left. Going to have x squared minus 13x plus 20. You see? Now, immediately after doing this, let me now do the same thing, but now using which one? The middle one, which is now 1 over x minus 4. You multiply by your LCD, which is x minus 4, x plus 3. See, what is going to happen with this one? It will cancel. Then I'm going to be left with what? With x plus 3. Because I have 1. You see, it's the same as x plus 3. It won't change. Then you write it here. Plus x 3 equals 2. Now, on my right hand side, I'll write it here because I have much space. I have 7 x minus 4 x plus 3. You multiply by x minus 4, your LCD, together with x plus 3. What is going to happen? Everything will cancel. And I'm going to be left out with 7. See, from here, you take 7 to this side. Then you're going to have x squared. Let's see, minus 13. Minus 13 plus 1 plus this x. You get minus 12. X, this is our like terms. See? Then we have 20 plus 3 going to be plus 23. Then we take 7 to the left hand side. We change the sign. Then if we say 27 minus 23 minus 7, we get 16. It's like now we have x squared minus 2x squared 12x plus 16 equals to 0. To make it look simpler, let me divide throughout by 2, 2, 2, 2. Going to get x squared minus 6. Yeah, 6x and plus 8 equals to 0. You see? Then now, at this point, we can then now do what? We can then now try to factorize this quadratic equation, this one, by saying now equals to 0. By saying we have x, same here we have x, minus. What are the factors of 8? That gives us 6. It's 4 multiplied by 2. Same sign. It's like I have 4, I have 2. Then at this point, you can then use your zero factor theorem, which is x minus 4 equals to 0, or x minus 2 equals to 0. Finally, we are going to get x is equals to 4, or x is equals to 2. Then let me take you back to your restriction. Do you still remember? X should not be what? 4. You see, should not be 4. Because it's going to make this thing to be undefined. Then you consider 2 to be our answer. That's it. I thank you and enjoy.